Just like another beautiful morning graces our airwaves. Good morning, Enugu. You're welcome to another interesting segment on the Breakfast Show right here on Aneke TV.
Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to your favorite breakfast show on Sunrise on Aneke TV. I am Figment and we're live in Enugu, reaching you from Aneke Studio.
And today I would say I woke up with that anything is possible, and I hope to transfer that spirit into you.
Speaking of possibilities, are you ready to conquer this terrific Tuesday with us, my dear? Ready to dive into another day of laughter, insights, and all the happenings across our incredible nation?
Okay, so we'll just start with a quote for the day to give you that daily boost you need for a feel-good day.
Then we will bring you the leading news from the top stories to keep you abreast of happenings around you and around the world as well.
After that, we take a look at the weather just to make sure you don't have surprises throughout the day.
Agent will be here for sports updates, so all you sports lovers, watch out for him.
We'll also take a look at the dailies and analyze the headline stories.
Then we will check out what the world is celebrating today. All this and more, this will be coming to you on Sunrise on Aneke TV today. So just sit back, relax, and we'll be right back with the quotes for today.
You're still watching Sunrise on Aneke TV, and let's move over to the quote for the day. The quote today says, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." I'll take that again. The best way to predict the future is to create it. And that's from Abraham Lincoln. And it just resonates with that can-do spirit.
I love it. A perfect kickoff to a day where we all get to be architects of our own future. Remember, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Tell us what you think about that post on Facebook, X, Instagram, and right here on YouTube, all at Aneke TV. And we will bring you the leading news from the top stories.
Still on Sunrise on Aneke TV, taking the top stories for today. The first one we have here is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will today in Daura, Katsina State, receive the body of former President Muhammadu Buhari. The remains are due to arrive from London, the United Kingdom, where he died on Sunday. Vice President Kashim Shettima and family members are expected to fly the body to the Katsina airport in the Katsina capital at noon, from where it will be taken by chopper to Daura. Daura is Buhari's hometown, where he retired to after stepping down from office on May 29, 2023. His burial is due to take place inside his mother's house in the town at 2 p.m. President Tinubu will be joined at the solemn funeral ceremony in line with Islamic rites by former Niger Republic President Mahmoudou Issoufou and other present and former African leaders. No fewer than 25 ministers will attend the program. Senate and House of Representatives leadership, governors, leading traditional rulers across the country, business leaders and other senior private and public officials will be there.
We move to Enugu. Police in Enugu State say they have smashed the local firearm fabrication workshop in the local government area of the state. The police public relations officer, Enugu State Command, Mr. Daniel Njukwe, stated this in a statement. He said the operatives also recovered assorted firearms, cartridges, firearms repair tools, generator sets, and other exhibits. According to Njukwe, on June 30, 2025 at about 4 p.m., operatives of the Command's Anti-Cultism Tactical Squad, acting on credible intelligence, raided and dismantled the workshop located in Amokiago, Afa, with the local government area. Mr. Njukwe explained that upon arrest, the suspect led operatives to the workshop where his locally made custom-sized guns were being serviced by the workshop's owner, who fled upon sighting the operatives. Recovered from the scene where the locally made custom-sized single-barrel gun being serviced, 2 English-made double-barrel guns, 8 single-barrel guns, 2 live and 8 extended cartridges, 3 generator sets, various firearms repair tools, and other exhibits. He said efforts are ongoing to apprehend the fleeing owner of the workshop. Meanwhile, the Enugu State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Maman Bitrus, while commending the operatives for the breakthrough, reassured residents of the command's commitment to combating illegal firearms proliferations and related crimes.
And that's it on our top stories. We'll go on a quick break, but don't move a muscle because we will be back with the weather reports.
Watching Sunrise on Aneke TV. Before we conquer anything, let's talk about what's conquering our skies today. In Enugu, the temperature is now about 24 degrees Celsius. Expect a steady cloud cover, gradually warming through the morning. At midday, temperatures climb up to around 29 to 30 degrees Celsius with intermittent sunshine and cloud bursts. And there's going to be a high chance of rain in the afternoon. Be sure to have that umbrella handy. All showers will roll through. Also from evenings into the night, clouds persist with temperatures cooling to meet 20 degrees Celsius. And at around late night, thunderstorm activities may pick up. In a nutshell, expect a warm day in Enugu with highs near 30 degrees Celsius, a mix of sun and clouds with afternoon rain and potential thunderstorm by late evening.
And over to Oka, Anambra State, to have 27 degrees Celsius and with highs at 30 degrees Celsius and lows at 22 degrees Celsius. That's partly cloudy. Rainy conditions are expected around 4 p.m. and wind gusts up to 24 kilometers. While the temperature feels a little warmer than the actual temperature, that's 28 degrees, and humidity is at 76%.
Over to Abakaliki, the weather starts off under heavy cloud cover between 23 and 24 degrees Celsius, gradually warming into the mid-20s degrees Celsius. Showers expected to develop, so be sure to have your umbrellas handy today as well. By afternoon, conditions remain overcast with highs near 28 degrees Celsius. also for Owerri. The weather has got steady cloud cover across the board with early morning's temperatures in the lower 25 degrees, warming into the upper 25 degrees as well by noon. It's a cool and overcast start without any rains expected this morning, so a light jacket may be all that you need.
And in Umuahia today is 27 degrees Celsius, which is mostly cloudy. At highs, we have 29 degrees Celsius and lows at 23 degrees Celsius. Rainy conditions also are expected around 4 p.m. today, and the wind got up to 22 kilometers per hour. The weather today in Umuahia actually feels like 28 degrees Celsius. That is actually feels warmer than the actual temperature, and humidity is 78%. Well, and that's all we have for you today on our weather report. To go on a short commercial break, I'll be back for more stories on Aneke TV. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back to Sunrise on Aneke TV, and moving on, we're taking our sports news over to Gideon. Good morning, Gideon.
Good morning, Amaka. Good morning, Faith. Your face is shining. Is it
As
because
always.
of the gummy day? Anyway, good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, all sports loving fans. We'll start with female football. The African Women Nations Cup group stage games got summed up yesterday with South Africa winning their game and topping that group. But we're going to look at the group stage in detail. Remember, Nigeria, they are in Group B. They won their match on Sunday to actually lead that group. But quickly, let's start from Group A, where we have in Group A we have Morocco, Zambia. Morocco actually happens to be the host of this particular tournament, which is the 15th edition of the African Nations Women's Cup. Zambia is also there in Group A. Senegal is there. DR Congo is also there. And in Group A, Morocco and Zambia, with their results, they've progressed to the quarterfinals. We'll be looking at the fixtures also. But for Morocco, how they progressed in their first game against Zambia, they defeated Zambia 2-2, going into the penalties and won that game. And in their second game also, they won DR Congo 4-2. For Zambia, finishing second on that group, they defeated Senegal 3-2 in their first game, and also won DR Congo 1-0 in their second game to be in the second position of that group stage. So for Group B, where we have the Super Falcons, 9-time champions and the most successful team in this particular tournament, they are leading that group with 7 points. Algeria also joined them in the quarterfinals after finishing as runners-up on that group. We had Botswana and Tunisia in that group. Unfortunately, they will not be in the quarterfinals because they took the exit after the group stage game. And then for Group C, that summed up the group games yesterday, you had South Africa, Ghana, Mali, and Tanzania. South Africa actually humbled their opponent yesterday after beating Mali 4-0. You can imagine a particular team, they are the defending champions. So I'm not surprised actually. Some people said they are not surprised that as a defending champion, they've come into this tournament to actually show some pride and defend their title. So beating Mali 4-0 to progress to the quarterfinal is a very big, a kind of dating other teams that something big is coming. Then for Ghana being in the second position, They defeated Tanzania 4-1 to be in the second position, also qualify for the quarterfinals. Then for the third place to join, the best loser, Mali also, they were lucky to be selected as the best loser, so they will be in the quarterfinal. And remember, this particular team or any best loser might turn out to be the winner. Any best loser might turn out to be the winner because it has happened in so many so many tournaments. So, but let's look at the quarterfinals. Nigeria will play in Zambia on Friday, and it's going to be a kind of Nigeria coming back to take their own pound of flesh. Remember, the last edition in 2022, they met themselves in the quarterfinals, and Zambia pulled through to the semifinals. To beating Nigeria after 1-1 draw, they went to penalty. So Nigeria will be coming back to take their own pound of flesh in that particular encounter between Nigeria and Zambia on Friday. Other fixtures coming up on Friday. Morocco will be playing against Mali. Very strong game. The host against Mali. Remember, this game is you lose out. You win, you pull through. So I know for Morocco, they will be coming into the tournament with the 12th man. What do I mean? Because they are the hosts, there are people who fill the stadium to the brim to give them support and shout Mali down and make Morocco win. So they'll be coming with the 12th man. We'll be seeing a very interesting game, Morocco against Mali. And then on Saturday, Algeria will be playing against Ghana. South Africa will lock on with Senegal. Then for semi-finals, it will be coming up later next week. So just to look at the possibility of Nigeria Super Falcons at least pulling through to the semi-finals. We'll just pray they'll beat Zambia. I know this time around they've learned their lessons after their last edition encounter with Zambia. But even the Zambian coach said that we've not seen anything. So they are coming with a lot. We're not going to talk about the finals. Maybe tomorrow we'll be looking at the finals, the semi-finals, and the finals of the African Women's Nations Cup. But the possibility of Nigeria pulling through, let's see how it pans out on Friday. Maybe by tomorrow, on Thursday, I'll bring you up to speed on the head-to-head, maybe pre-match interviews of Nigeria players and Nigeria coach. Now let's go to club news where the owners of Burnley, the English side club, talking about Velocity Sports, agreed a deal to acquire La Liga team Espanyol earlier today, and the Rasta Group, after acquiring Burnley in England, I think they're trying to extend their investment to Spain. Spain is actually a very fertile ground for football business. So they are going for Espanyol, which is also a very good one. The Chinese people are trying to dominate Europe. Every time you say Chinese, Arabian football owners coming to Europe to buy clubs, I think it's a very good one. For you, for Espanyol, they will now have the platform of trading players between them and Burnley. That's what subsidiaries do as an organization. Now that's for Espanyol. Let's see how when the league starts, whether the buying is going to make them finish fourth or first 10 in the Spanish La Liga. But for now, Espanyol is nowhere to be found in the top tier of the Espanyol league. Now let's talk about club transfers. We have Modric, Lucas Modric, big name, and it's surprising me that at the age of 40, he'll be turning 40 by September. I wonder what AC Milan sees in Lucas Modric to sign him, a 40-year-old man.
Why do you think does his age have to do anything with that?
No, but 40 years in football.
So he should be thinking of retirement.
He should be thinking of retirement. He should be retiring because he's a very wonderful Croatian player. For Croatia, they see him as a god in football, like the Portuguese see Cristiano Ronaldo. So I think at 40 he should at least be training the towel, going to the sideline to train new talents, to learn coaching. So this time around, AC Milan will be having him adorning their jersey when Italian league starts by August. In fact, they have a game against Verona on August 17. That's talking about the Italian Super Cup. So, and it's just a 1 year sign on. I want to believe that maybe after 40, the man will just be taking his exit, because I know the likes his compatriots like Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo will also be bowing out after next season. These guys are, they will not be playing till they die. Now for Nigeria, we have our own also putting pen on paper for a Portuguese team, talking about Family Cow, the Nigerian striker Omaro Abubakar. Anybody that is familiar with Nigeria Professional Football League will be in tune with this name, Omaro Abubakar. You see the permanent transfer to Portuguese top flight league Famicalo earlier today, and he's expected to be adorning their jersey when the league starts later this year. He will be he actually started, his services with the academy of this particular Famicao team, Footwork FC. So it's just a promotion from the academy to the big club. And that's why we always talk about academies in Nigeria. We see the top flight clubs in Nigeria: Rangers, Ingba, Rivers United, Plateau United, Kano Pillars. Where are the academies? After every season, they will depend on the open market for them to buy. But in Europe, you see these guys look down to the academy to bring people, to promote guys they've trained way back, to come to the top, to the senior team, because this is actually is growth. Okay. It's continuity from the academy. You go to the senior team. In fact, from the academy you go to the junior team. From the junior team you go to the senior team. That's how when we say European teams, they are highly fortified, they are very strong, they are run effectively. That's the way to run football. But in Nigeria, they just have that their senior team. After the season, you see these guys going back to the markets to buy the same old players, circulating them, while the young people are there in the streets. Good young people playing good football. Playing good football. The academies are there. So why not go to the academy, or even have your own academy to
train talents.
Here to train talents and bring them to the senior team. Anyways, that's what I have for you all for now on Sports News.
In fact, my little contribution to this is I can't wait for the women, for our Nigerian Super Falcons. I can't wait for that, because I watched the one between Super Falcons and the Zambia team last year. The last time they played, that's WAFCON, right? And I'll tell you, it broke my heart. Because after all the hype, I was expecting, hey, Nigeria, and it broke my heart.
It's quite unfortunate. They made us to leave that tournament without a trophy, because
honestly,
we are supposed to leave with a bronze.
Yes.
As 9 time. Unfortunately, they took the place. But this time around, we are coming to take our part.
On that day, I'm going to put on green. I'm going to support us. I will wear green jersey.
I'm going to travel to Morocco, Casablanca.
I will not travel. I will be here giving you people live updates.
All right. Okay. Wish them good luck. Friday, I know everybody will be set to, cheer them up.
Definitely.
Beating Zambia and progressing to the semi-finals.
All right. Thank you, Gideon, for that amazing update. And we'll go on another break. When we return, we'll take a look at the daily. Stay with us.
Good morning to you. This is Sunrise on Aneke TV. Let's see what's making headlines in today's newspapers, shall we? And those are stories trending on your papers today. So let's move over to the first paper we have today, and we are taking stories from the headlines of the Punch newspaper. The first one I have here is Dara Kingsman Associates reflects on Buhari's final months. Oh my God. Anyways, I think the former president died on Sunday. We talked about that yesterday on the show, and there were a lot of things said about him. There are people who are saying, who are of the opinion that his reign or his tenure wasn't really they didn't see a lot of improvement in his tenure, and some of the fact that Buhari did a lot. They feel he did a lot of things. So, Gideon, I don't know if there's something you have to say about that.
It is one time military head of state, one time civilian president of Nigeria under his reign as a civilian. Anyways, let's start from the military. Before they toppled the government of Shehu Shagari, one of the reasons he said was our hospitals were dilapidated, our hospitals are going into moribund, they are dead zones, you get traps. But just in his few moments on earth, we saw this man in London hospital. What happened? As a military head of state, really make sure we have a very strong hospital, very effective and healthy hospital in Nigeria. As a civilian head president, for 8 years, we have national hospitals spread across the nation. We don't have one that you can stay where our politicians can go for their health tourism, where they can go for their checkup. They have to travel to England, to London, to spend our hard taxpayers' money, because it's not their money. In fact, I saw a clip of the hospital where, private hospital in London. If you look at the history, an average man cannot go there. Go to the website, you check how much you spend for a night. You spend a fortune. And Buhari was there for like 2 weeks. You can imagine, where did they get this money from? You see, and when the irony is that when you go over to UK, you'll see Nigerian doctors treating them. So why not bring them back?
Exactly.
Why will this continue? I remember growing up, Saudi Arabia will come here and put our doctors and nurses. And they are continuing pushing our doctors and nurses. Politicians, we saw Naira depreciate. Buhari printed money, ways and means, and we are still paying the hyperinflation we are experiencing now. What is just as a result of the printing of so much money. How can we print money? What do we need those money for? The what is it called? The shutdown that time in 2020, COVID money. They gave us COVID loan under his reign. We cannot show anything with that money. Under Buhari's reign, NNPC did not remit 1 naira because he was also Minister for Petroleum and also the president. So how I always wish these politicians will look back and also look, at the future and look and ask themselves, what am I going to remember for? These people they've all come together, Dara Kingsman. I know they say don't speak ill of the dead. Buhari is this, Buhari is that, but we are suffering. Some people, some workers will tell you that we are not just mourning we are mourning for him being the president because his regime, his administration took us 20 years backward.
But the ex-NLC president, that's the Ayuba Wabba, he said Buhari resisted IMF and he implemented a lot of policies to protect him. That was what the ex-NLC.
We all live in this country. We all live in this country. Oh, we don't have the middle class again. If you are not rich, you are poor. So I'm not rich. I'm not rich. So, and I'm not in the middle class because middle class are already there. So if Buhari made some policies that affected the poor to relieve them from poverty, man, I should be singing. I should also be mourning. In fact, I wouldn't come to work today because this man took me out from poverty but he didn't do anything. We are sorry, fear. In fact, it was under Buhari's regime that, in the twilight of his regime, that we saw fuel from 120 to 500 before His Excellency, yours sincerely, Tinubu came and removed the oil subsidy and flew to this price. So for me, I don't have any positive legacy I should be talking about Buhari, because I blame him. He had the experience as a military head of state and also came back as civilian president. All hopes were on him because people were saying PDP has destroyed Nigeria, corruption is everywhere, and everybody was hoping on Buhari to redeem Nigeria. Unfortunately, disappointed a lot of people. It's quite unfortunate.
Okay, thank you so much, Gideon, for that. We'll move over to some of the rider headlines before we move to the Vanguard newspaper. And still on the Punch newspaper, we have soldiers bar traditionalists from Abuja-less Muslim funeral. Says Adeleke attacks Aregbesola over plan to oust government. The last one here says Natasha fires back at Akpabio over reinstatement challenge, and that's all the headline we have for you on the Punch newspaper. So we'll move over to headlines from the Vanguard newspaper. And the first banner headline there says Tinubu sets up 9-man committee and burial holds today. So it says Tinubu has set up a 9-man committee for the burial today. So faith wins. I don't know what exactly you have to say about it, because when I actually saw that, I was like, setting up a 9-man committee to
because
bury the president. What could be
the thing is,
what job or what exactly are they going to be doing?
so the thing is, with all being said, all the rage and the anger that we feel, Buhari, late Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari, actually lived a very fulfilling life. I mean, he lived a long age for a long time, 82 years, right? 83 years, I'm sorry. And then he was former military head of state. He was also president for a really long time, even though he crumpled everything. But if you think about it critically, if only he did what the majority of the masses were expecting him to do, this is the burial
I agree
for
with
him.
you. Whether we like it
Yes.
or not, former president, so he needs every
Burial rights,
burial
exactly.
rights.
But the thing is, if it will affect our national money, that's where there will be a problem. I hope there's no budget for this. I hope it's like, the committee of presidents and former governors and all of that. I hope they are the ones putting funds together to finance the 9-man committee for the burial.
Because you have some dignitaries coming from outside
Different parts of the
Nigeria,
world.
different parts of the world, you don't expect the family. Now it's not just Buhari, now it's Nigeria, the face of Nigeria.
Yeah.
So the 9-man committee is actually very, very adequate. Yes, they have to bring their money to
From where?
the reception.
Bring out money from where?
Nigeria, we have a treasury. We have a treasury that will, give them reception. They are not just coming for Buhari, they are coming to Nigeria. You can expect a president of, maybe president of South Africa coming to Nigeria and just going straight to the Ghana, for burial and leaving. No, he's coming to Nigeria. There is what they call this bilateral relationship.
Okay.
He has to go through the president of Nigeria. So who is going to receive him? He's the president of Nigeria. Who are we talking about? One-time president. Just former president. Just the former president. So I think the 9-man committee itself, the number should, increase. But
Really?
because because you have a lot of dignitaries coming. But because of the Muslim rights, they don't keep
Budgets,
so I think the 9-man will be okay. And when we have some subcommittees.
But Nigeria is already suffering a lot. I mean, we've been suffering. We suffered during the reign of the former president, the late former president, and we are still suffering till date. And then we are still taking money out of our treasury to plan a night, and you're even saying they should increase the number.
The truth is that the money for the burial will not help us. If they keep the money for the burial, it's not going to do the
I promise you that they've not said anything about the burial budget, but if we hear the burial budget, we'll all drop our jaws.
Now, if our money has no value,
Case
next
closed.
thing will be having 10 trillion. 10 trillion naira for value.
Okay, case closed on that one. So we'll just say the rather headlines and then we'll go on a short commercial break. All right. So the next headline still on the Vanguard newspaper, it says that U.S. threatens Nigerians with deportation and permanent travel ban. What have we done again this time around? The next one says Buhari could have been long dead if he had chosen to be treated in Nigeria. And this is coming from the ex-aide. He's ex-aide, that's Additional. He said Buhari could have been long dead if he had chosen to be treated in Nigeria.
You can't imagine
Can
that.
you
embarrassment.
imagine?
You can't imagine.
That's
So
terrible.
why would
That's
you
a
say
terrible
anything
thing
like
to say.
that?
And I'm sorry, but do you know what just came to my mind when we were reading the headlines? If our hospitals were good and we had good hands, I mean, these doctors, probably one of the doctors that even treated him in the UK is a Nigerian doctor.
Yeah.
If we check
Definitely.
critically, so if we had, able hands here that are being paid properly, and the hospital infrastructures are put in place,
Thank
do
you.
you know he would actually be saving more? He'll probably still be alive till now.
Don't mind them. These guys go to UK and use access private hospitals, not national hospitals.
Private.
Buhari has a British passport. He has a British passport. He's a diplomat. Now, going to Britain, you can actually access national hospitals free of charge.
Or they choose
Well, you
They
choose
choose
to
the
go to
best
private,
of the
where you
best.
spend
Exactly.
fortunes.
Exactly.
To get. I look at what Additional is. I'm highly disappointed with this thing.
Highly.
Because he shouldn't
because
have.
they take people here for a ride. Now you are saying
You know very
Buhari
well
would
that
have-
Nigerian hospitals will not be able, like,
So that means Additional don't also access Nigerian hospitals.
Exactly.
No, but
That's
that's what
the
it
truth.
means
That's
now.
what
That's
it
what
means.
it is.
so he's
Exactly.
trying to tell we Nigerians that, okay, all of you that are patronizing Nigerian hospitals, you're on your own.
We have our
If-
dead,
if it
we have
was
our dead
Dead
days.
traps.
We have our dead days. Oh my God, this is quite unfortunate.
No, this is
Oh
terrible.
my God. Okay, let's take the last headline from the Vanguard newspaper. The last headline says PDP preaches unity to defeat Tinubu in 2027 at Edo meeting. I like the way Gideon is looking at me. He's like, and the way he's scratching his head. I know there's a lot running through his head and his mind right now.
Politicians will not kill us. Because I know in the coming days with the coalition, with everything, we are going to be seeing much drama coming up.
Yes.
So, Wike just told the governor that he should save his money instead of probing, going to probe the former governor. It's quite unfortunate. That means we are not holding anybody accountable. So, he believes for Wike that probing will not amount to anything. Nothing will come out. So, you can steal as much as you want when you go. I beg, use the other money. How much did you keep in the account? You look at the money, okay, let's use this instead of giving it to the post. Go with the one you stole. So it's quite unfortunate in this country. And we'll just pray these guys will have a return. Maybe after today's burial, everybody will have reflection.
Yes, probably.
We have reflection that this money will not take us anywhere.
Anywhere.
Stacking of money will not take us anywhere.
And that's all we have for you today on our dailies. We'll take another break now. When we return, it will be time for Daily Holiday. Stay tuned to Aneke TV.
You're still watching Sunrise on Aneke TV. And it's my favorite part of the show. Amaka, are there any interesting holidays or observances we should know about?
Of course, I have one very interesting one right here in front
Okay.
of me, and today is horse. I love horses day. Do you love horses?
Yes, I do. But I'm scared of them.
Have you ever
anyway.
had a horse ride before?
Of course, definitely.
And you're scared of horses. Okay, so love is shared for horses today, and I love horses day. Horses are of the species Equus cabalus. Sorry, yeah, that's the species. They're from Equus cabalus. There are over 300 breeds of horses.
Wow.
Over 300 breeds, with many different breeds being made over the years by mating horses with desirable traits. So horse breeds are generally divided into three main categories. We have the hot-blooded, we have the cold-blooded, and the warm-blooded. So hot-blooded horses are slim and long-legged. I don't know if you've seen that kind of horse before.
I'm not sure. I'm just used to seeing the horses in parks.
Okay, now these hot-blooded horses are slim and long-legged, and their temperament is usually bold. They learn quickly and they are spirited. They are known for their speed, endurance, and agility. Examples are Oriental horses. We have the Arabian horses. We have the Barbos, as well as the thoroughbred horses. Now, the cold-blooded horses are muscular horses with calm and patient temperament. They are good for slow and heavy work. So their temperament and strength make them ideal for pulling plows or carriage of people. Now, those are the ones people use for horse carriage, especially like the kind we see in the movies and stuff. Yeah, so they include draft horses and some ponies. I love ponies. So even if I've not seen anyone before. And sometimes, talking about horses, sometimes I wish unicorns actually do exist.
They don't? Is it
Well,
completely fictional?
I think so. I think it's just more fantasy. I haven't really seen a unicorn before, so
They're
sometimes
so
I
cute.
just. You're right. So these are like the three main horses we have, and these horses have body types as well. So if you want to celebrate a horse today, just in case you see any horse around you, I know it's really difficult for us to see horses just anywhere and anyhow because they are just not everywhere. But the way to celebrate them, just when you see a horse, I think the best thing to do is to pat the horse on the back. You don't have to be scared of them because hello, they are not as scary as you think.
They're not scary at all. I used to love horse rides, but you have to assure me that I'm safe.
Of course, you have to be safe, except it's a wild. I know horses are not wild animals. That's one thing I know for sure. They are not wild animals. Horses are really sweet. And one thing I know about them is their emotions. Horses are emotional, right? They are emotional. I've had horse rides before, and I know sometimes it's like when you're patting that horse on the body while it's running, it tries to calm down, and then you pat it on the head. Seriously, horses are they're very wonderful species.
Okay, that's amazing to know. So we should actually try to go for a horse ride, maybe on the weekend. And here's a little something to actually sweeten our day. Today, July 15, is National Gummy Worm Day.
Yay!
I love this
love
one.
Gummies.
So this is a day dedicated to those stretchy little treats that just wiggle through your taste buds and through your heart as well. So gummy worms were first created in 1981 by the German candy company Trolli as a playful twist on the original gummy bear. I'm pretty sure we're most
Who doesn't
familiar
know
with gummy
bears?
bears. So this was invented back in 1922. That's the gummy bears. And while gummy bears are cute, gummy worms added that fun factor. A little spunky, a little silly, and kids really love it instantly. So we can actually find different sorts of flavors. We can find the sweet and fruity. We can find the tangy and sour. And they aren't just for snacking. People actually use them for cake toppings, for ice cream toppings. You know when you go to take ice cream and then they ask you, so what toppings do you want on this ice cream? Me, I must go for gummy bears. And then the very fun thing is that they could also be used for mocktails and sweet jars at events. Interestingly, some medications right now actually take the form of gummy bears. Just like, these drugs that this medication or drugs actually
Yeah,
that
there's
helps
this,
to curb
probiotics
appetite,
gummies.
probiotics. They actually
Yeah.
take the form of gummies right now. So confession, my bad. Confession time, you guys. How do you eat your gummy bears? Do you pick them like color for color? You know, like just sort out the colors.
Let me confess. Since you said it's confession time, let me
Yes.
explain how I eat my own gummies. Once I see gummies, I arrange them according to
No
their
way.
colors. Yes, and I say this is this. You know the crazy part? I name them.
No, no,
I
Amaka.
name my gummies.
I can't believe this.
I
guys.
chop off the head first. The heads go first before.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
so another confession. Do you like it sweet or sour?
Sour.
You like sour gummy bears?
I love sour
First
gummy
of all,
bears.
she will chop them off from their head,
Yes.
and then she goes for sour gummy bears.
And
Who does
I
that?
love the gum worms, the long ones.
Yes,
Like,
I
really
love that.
because it makes me stretch. I have to if I cut it off.
The funny thing is that these gummy bears are not so expensive, so it's something you may want to try out. I know we have, those really small size pack ones that are cut in cubes, and we also have those ones that are really long, and they're so fun to try. So if you have a sweet tooth, and today actually might be a perfect excuse for you to indulge. For me, after the breakfast show, I will be going for ice cream. Are you joining me?
Hello, I'm down. I'm down for some ice cream. Okay, so that's all. Those are the things happening in the world. Tell us which ones resonate with your spirit. That's on Facebook, X, Instagram, and here on YouTube, all at Aneke TV. That's all our show. Hope you had fun. Thanks for being with us. I am Aneke.
And I am Faith Wins Azzy. We're glad you watched. Have a great day ahead.